I think what I'd like to focus on, Hannah, is the final one, miscommunication, because I think with good communication, some of those others can be addressed. And communication for me is at a couple of levels. First of all, with your team. I've always taken on what's called wicked strategic problems. So they're challenging assignments and tough, that really require great communication with your team ongoing, because the projects tend to be a bit iterative. They're not, here's a set of requirements and go off and deliver them. Some of the requirements can be emergent, and then as we learn going through the project, sometimes the requirement changes. And so it's really important that the team has a good communication system, because they can voice their concerns, they can celebrate the wins, they can come with fresh ideas to deal with any of the obstacles that come up. And also, if there is a change, whether that be in requirements or funding, it minimises confusion, Chinese whispers, and everybody can articulate the way forward. And so communication is really important at the team level. And similarly, in my experience with communicating with stakeholders, having a strong communication system is really critical. And the first step with that is understanding, how does the client want to be communicated with? And everybody has different preferences. Some people want, the frequency can change, whether it be daily or they want monthly steering committee meetings. The format, whether they like emails, do they like face-to-face, do they like a written report, do they like their reports written so that they can give them to their MD? All of the nuances of the relationship, particularly of a program director and client, are really critical, because that's perceived as meeting a need of that client. Because you want to make sure not only is the project delivered, but also that with their stakeholder group, that you're supporting them and in their organisation to get the job done. And sometimes perception can be stronger than reality. And so communication between all the parties is really important to make sure that it's what you're doing is perceived as success.